Welcome to beautiful South Florida for an installment of the SpecTennis exhibition series presented by ASAP.com. We have a great doubles match on tap today featuring 4 professional tennis players with ATP World Rankings as high as 313. SpecTennis is a new sport that was developed in 2016. It's played on a pickleball court using an 18-inch perforated foam core paddle and an orange low-compression tennis ball. The match will be best of 5 sets. SpecTennis scoring is simple. First team to win 4 points wins a game, first team to win 4 games wins a set, and the first team to win 3 sets wins the match. To find out more about SpecTennis and get started playing, head to SpecTennis.com. I'm Nate Gross, your host for this match, and let's jump right into the action. Starting in the top left corner of your screen is Mike Redlicki from the United States. His partner on the top right is Ricardo Rodriguez Pace from Venezuela. One love, and Redlicki now serving to Nunez. The server gets one underhand serve, and it must land cross court and beyond the first white line. At the bottom left is Lucas Nunez from Switzerland, partnering with Federico Boscarino from Argentina. Excellent hands by Rodriguez at the net, stretching his opponents to the far right and then hitting behind them to the open court. Boscarino Nunez applying pressure to their opponents by both coming to the net. Redlicki and Rodriguez hung in there for a while though by lobbing the ball high in the air. Those can be difficult shots to handle, especially if the sun or wind is a factor. And Rodriguez leaves that last shot a bit too much to the forehand side of Nunez, and Nunez is able to tag him. The low compression ball used in SpecTennis is soft and doesn't hurt, which can lead to more aggressive play at the net. Boscarino hits the serve return slightly wide. A little bit of impatience from Redlicki, who goes for the winner down the line right away. Now it's 3-all, the deciding point. The receiving team gets to choose which player receives the serve. And Nunez tries to squeeze it by Rodriguez at the net, but I didn't see much of a window there. And we've completed the first game. Boscarino to serve, down love 1. Nice placement by Rodriguez on his last shot, hitting to the feet of Nunez to draw the error. Rodriguez is showing no signs of backing down even when he's being double teamed at the net. Boscarino places his volley well, causing Rodriguez into a back pedal. I like that Redlicki followed his return forward to the net, but maybe he was expecting Rodriguez to intercept the last shot. Boscarino closed in tight on the net towards the end of that point, leaving Rodriguez with not a lot of options unless he could lob over his head or maybe hit to Nunez. Brilliant lob by Nunez lands on the line, allowing Boscarino Nunez to capture the net and transition to offense. And we're tied at 1 game apiece. If you're just tuning in, welcome to South Florida. You're watching the SpecTennis exhibition series presented by ASAP.com featuring 4 professional tennis players. Good idea for Nunez to try to lob in that situation because Rodriguez was standing very close to the net, and Nunez has already had success with that lob. In case you've never seen Spec Tennis before, it's played on a pickleball court but is very tennis-like, using the same strokes, strategies, and a simplified scoring system with no deuces, adds, or tiebreakers. Boscarino intercepts the forehand from Rodriguez and places it just deep enough to draw an error. Rodriguez overhit that one a bit. Let's see if he can bounce back now down a break point. That was definitely the right play, intercepting a ball with his forehand volley, and I bet over the course of the match he'll win that point 9 times out of 10. Boscarino Nunez get the break and now lead 2-1 in the first set. A team must win 4 games to win a set and win 3 sets to win this match. Good strategy from Redlicky Rodriguez, keeping their shots towards the center of the court, reducing the ability of their opponents to hit angles. Rodriguez reads the Boscarino short angle volley like a book and finishes the point with a strong overhead. Redlicky and Rodriguez are going to be hard to beat if Rodriguez stays this hot at the net. The drop volley attempt from Boscarino lands deeper than he'd like, but draws Rodriguez to deal with the low ball. And Nunez pulls that forehand volley wide. I would have liked to see him take a step forward there rather than just swinging with the paddle. Now we have a break point chance for Redlicky Rodriguez. Good defensive display from Redlicky Rodriguez, staying patient with their lobs to get the break, and we're tied at 2-2 in the first set. Boscarino bends low for that volley, but maybe doesn't open the face of the paddle enough to send the ball over the net. Nice effort by Nunez getting pulled towards the side wall of the court. He almost executes an around the net shot. But Rodriguez again looking so comfortable at the net, dictating the point. Now we see Redlicky showcasing his touch with that drop volley. He looked like he was getting ready to hit a tweener in between his legs had that last shot landed in. Boscarino hits a smart target on his topspin forehand volley. And we're back on serve with Redlicky Rodriguez leading 3-2 in the first set. Unlucky break for Boscarino as he clips the top of the net. There's a missed return from Rodriguez. He stood pretty far behind the baseline that time. We'll see if he sticks with that return position. Boscarino hits a body shot at Redlicki to draw the error. Now there's a bit of pressure on Boscarino and Nunez though, as they need to win this game to stay in this first set. Jumping backhand volley from Boscarino is too much to handle. We've now seen back-to-back mistakes by Boscarino Nunez, and here we are with a set point for Redlicki Rodriguez and a game point for Boscarino Nunez. And with that missed serve return, it's now 3-all in the first set. Whichever team wins this game takes the set. Look at Rodriguez with that impressive mid-court cross. He's really making a statement at the net today. The serve lands on the line, making life difficult for Nunez. Redlicki and Rodriguez are now 2 points away from taking this opening set. The Boscarino-Nunez double team works out in their favor that time. (3-1), and suddenly Redlicki Rodriguez have 3 chances to close out this set. And there it is. First set goes to Redlicki Rodriguez, 4-3. Nunez just couldn't keep that ball low enough, and Rodriguez seized the opportunity with a powerful backhand volley. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the second set of this best-of-5 set match. Lucas Nunez is set to serve to begin the second set. Good eye by Redlicki to let that ball go out. Effective lob by Rodriguez, causing Nunez to retreat. Boscarino really showing off his athleticism, flying across the court to intercept that first volley. Redlicki Rodriguez doing a nice job of continuing to put the pressure on their opponents with their lobs. Boscarino came up with a solid overhead that time though. And we're tied at 2-all in the opening game of the second set. Rodriguez tries to switch back to offense with the drive, but falls short. Now a game point for Boscarino Nunez. And there's a service hold to capture the first game. Rodriguez gets a little help from the net strap. Great drop volley from Rodriguez. He applied backspin to that backhand volley to make it die on his opponent's side. Redlicki Rodriguez with many game point chances now. Boscarino finds the gap in the middle. Now 3-1. Boscarino Nunez hanging in there, being down 3-love doesn't faze them. And that's just too good from Rodriguez, as you see Nunez making a full effort and sliding across the court. Federico Boscarino to serve. We're tied at 1-all in the second set. You got to give Redlicki credit for standing his ground and fighting off some tough volleys, but Boscarino's shot was just too good. 2-love. And 2 missed returns in a row gives Boscarino Nunez a 3-love lead in this game. Strong hold from Boscarino Nunez, winning 4 straight points. I think Rodriguez thought that last Nunez volley would go out, so he let it go. We'll be right back for the 4th game of the second set.
1-2.
Boscarino hitting aggressively to the Rodriguez backhand volley, and there's not much he can do besides absorb the pace.
0-5.
Nunez does a nice job to take away time from his opponent by stepping forward to take that last shot out of the air rather than waiting for it to bounce. The lob by Boscarino is not quite deep enough, which lets Redlicky Rodriguez back into this game 1-2. Oh man, he saw Boscarino moving and tried to sneak it past him.
50-40.
And Boscarino Nunez breaks serve. One huge difference between SpecTennis and pickleball is in SpecTennis you can volley from anywhere in the court. You're not restricted by that light blue area called the kitchen. So I would have liked to see Rodriguez step forward into the light blue area on his last 2 volleys rather than waiting for the ball to come to him. That was one of the most entertaining points of this match so far. Rodriguez comes up with an incredible rip from outside the boundaries of the court, and Nunez is somehow able to deflect back a volley and then finish with a swinging volley while running backwards. You see the smile from Boscarino as he high-fives Nunez. Boscarino and Nunez are really off to a hot start in this second set after losing the first set 4-3. Three loose points in a row. I expect we'll see a better point coming very soon. There we go. That might have been the longest point of the match so far. Tough miss for Nunez. He hit a winner on that high forehand volley just a few points ago. But now he faces a break point. Rodriguez elects to return on the deciding point. He wants to wipe that missed return from his memory. And he does just that, placing the return short and low, creating a difficult volley for Nunez. Redlicky Rodriguez are back on serve, down 2-3 in the second set. Redlicky Rodriguez starting to frustrate Boscarino Nunez with their ability to continue lobbing when on defense. Rodriguez now with 2 volley mistakes in a row. One thing I like about him though is he doesn't seem to let the mistakes bother him. He plays just as aggressive on the next point. Redlicky Rodriguez now in a hole. Their opponents have multiple set point chances. What a battle. Redlicky again with some impressive lobs. They really made Boscarino Nunez earn that last point. And we're tied at 1 set apiece. Man, has this been an exciting match so far. We'll be right back for the third set of the SpecTennis Exhibition Series presented by ASAP.com. Rodriguez serving to Boscarino. Here we go. Just wide on the volley by Redlicki. It looked like that ball got a little behind him, causing late contact. Good defensive backhand volley from Redlicki off the Boscarino forehand rip. That was one of the first times we've seen Redlicki poach at the net this match. And then Rodriguez actually switches to his left hand, but doesn't keep the ball low enough to Boscarino. Game point chance now for Redlicki Rodriguez. Incredible defense from Rodriguez keeps them in the point a few shots longer than expected. I would have liked to see Redlicki retreat back to the baseline though when Rodriguez was under pressure so that he would be in a better position to defend. Instead of trying a lob volley, he could have lobbed off the bounce if he had moved back to the baseline. Now it's 3-all, deciding point. Whoever wins this point wins the first game of the third set. Boscarino Nunez get the early break and are now serving up 1-love. In SpecTennis, you can volley from anywhere in the court, so you see them stepping into that front light blue area a lot to take the ball out of the air. Rodriguez with an effective backhand slice return. It can be very challenging for the volleyer to deal with that low, slow ball. Add that one to the highlight reel. Heartbreaking for Boscarino Nunez to lose that point after all the effort they put in. Boscarino hit a very stylish tweener earlier in that point. Redlicki Rodriguez really making their opponents scramble at the net. Boscarino hitting a short volley was a smart change, rather than letting Rodriguez continue to tee off, because he put him in a less comfortable position by volleying short. The last 3 points, neither team backing down, making each other really earn every point. Boscarino Nunez get the hold and lead 2-love in the third set.
I didn't see it.
Risky shot from Boscarino, hitting down the line off his back foot. Rodriguez had a chance to win with that volley, but just couldn't execute. Notice that both teams have one lefty and one right-handed player. Nunez, who is left-handed, is returning from the left side, and Boscarino, the righty, returns from the right side. This is interesting because Redlicki Rodriguez return with their lefty on the right side and their right-handed player on the left side. Returning that way makes it so that their forehands are in the middle, and it's often easier to run around your backhand when your forehands are in the middle. Good placement by Boscarino, splitting his opponents through the middle. It looked like Boscarino faked out his partner that time by attempting to play that last shot. I thought they were positioned well, and I think he should have let Nunez take it. Nunez with a huge topspin forehand and then a nice get on the drop shot. Rodriguez had that point on his paddle. He just needed to take an adjustment step out of the way of the ball so that he could put away that forehand volley. And Boscarino times that poach perfectly. Boscarino Nunez now off to a commanding 3-love lead in this third set. Redlicki just needed a little more pace on that volley to successfully be able to attack Nunez at the net. Boscarino Nunez now 2 points away from closing out this set. Rodriguez was standing so close to the net on that last volley, I would have liked to see a short angle attempt with both of his opponents back at the baseline. The slice backhand from Boscarino makes it too easy for Rodriguez to tee off on that volley. 3-1. And Redlicki goes just wide with the drop volley attempt. And that completes the third set. Boscarino Nunez take a 2-1 lead. We'll take a short break and be back with the fourth set of this exciting match. Rodriguez now serving to begin the fourth set, trailing 1-2 in sets. Rodriguez is actually the #1 tennis player in Venezuela and is currently trying to break through to the ATP Tennis Tour. His career high world ranking is 521. There he is with a nice finishing overhead. I think the impact of the two paddles colliding really deadened that last volley. Some really crafty volleys from Rodriguez. He's shown many flashes throughout this match of being able to take over points when he's at the net, and that's what makes him so dangerous. It's a tough task to try to get anything over Redlicki's head with him being 6'8". Nunez does a nice job that time of just trying to make Redlicki play an overhead from a deep position. Often, if you can make someone play an overhead from 3/4 court, it's unlikely that they'll hit a winner and you're still in the point. Good intention by Redlicki. He actually arrived where he needed to be before the ball did, which created an uncomfortable volley, rather than one where he has space. Boscarino Nunez get the break and lead 1-love in this fourth set. Really well played by all four players. Redlicki with that powerful topspin forehand drive right at the body is too much to handle for Nunez. Boscarino with an effective drop volley. We've seen that shot a handful of times in this match, and it's been effective because these guys can all defend power volleys really well. But if you can hit your target on a drop volley, it puts them in a more vulnerable position. I think Nunez could have retreated back a little further after the Boscarino lob to give him a better chance at that last ball. The serve goes wide, and now a couple breakpoint chances for Redlicky Rodriguez. In Spec Tennis, you only get one serve, so if you miss it, you lose the point. Great hands by Redlicky, putting that lob out of reach of Boscarino. Boscarino actually made an impressive tweener earlier in the match, but this time it just clips the top of the net. And we're tied up at 1 game apiece in the 4th set. Boscarino Nunez lead 2-1, so they only need to win one more set to win the match. Boscarino stood over to the left to bait Rodriguez to hit down the line, and he was ready for it but couldn't quite execute. I would have liked to see different shot selection there from Nunez, going cross court instead to Redlicky, since Rodriguez was standing so close to the net. The deep serve from Redlicky sets up an easy attacking volley for Rodriguez. Amazing helicopter volley from Rodriguez. This guy continues to impress with his awareness. He put that volley at an angle to the perfect spot, and that's a tough shot to hit because you can't generate much power when your arm is straight like that well before contact. Well done. Dominant game from Redlicky Rodriguez, winning 4 straight points. Boscarino to serve, trailing 1-2. Very impressive hands from all 3 players at the net, all holding their ground and not backing down. Boscarino with another short angle volley pulls Rodriguez outside the boundary, but then he needed to put some pace on his next shot or else hit to Redlicky, because hitting a second angle volley made it too easy for Rodriguez. The serve lands out, now love 3. Another break from Redlicky Rodriguez, and they're now in a good position to force this match to go to a 5th set. While it's risky to attempt a lob with all players at the net, I like the idea as long as the lobbing team retreats back a bit to defend. This is a really important game for Redlicky Rodriguez to keep the pedal down and not give Boscarino Nunez any hope of getting back into this set. A couple loose points here and there, and suddenly that changes the momentum. Another breakpoint chance for Boscarino Nunez. Absolutely phenomenal get by Nunez, somehow managing to retrieve the ball when it was behind him. I don't think Rodriguez expected the Nunez shot to land on the line like it did. Boscarino Nunez get the break and now serve down 2-3. That's too good on the drop volley by Boscarino. He put enough backspin on it to make the ball just die after it hit the court. And that's a well-placed return by Redlicki. Good display of patience from the net team, not trying to do too much with their volleys when the ball was being blasted at them. Quick anticipation from Nunez running behind Boscarino to intercept that lob. And we're tied 3-all in the fourth set. This is a make or break game for both teams. If Boscarino and Nunez win this game, they win the match. But if Redlicki Rodriguez win this game, then they go to a fifth and final set. Redlicki Rodriguez had a 3-1 lead in this set and let it slip. But you have to give credit to the other team though, as they really raised their level these last few games.
Bravo.
1-all, final game, fourth set. Nunez again showing great determination on defense, extending the rally a few extra shots. Not enough reaction time available for Boscarino to retrieve that one. And Redlicki Rodriguez don't let the pressure phase them as they capture the fourth set. We're headed to a fifth and final set to determine the winners of the SpecTennis Exhibition Series. Couldn't have asked for a more competitive match between these four professional tennis players. Good start to this fifth set of the SpecTennis Exhibition Series between Mike Redlicki, Ricardo Rodriguez, Federico Boscarino, and Lucas Nunez. Boscarino serving, love 2. The volley goes just deep from Boscarino, and now Redlicki Rodriguez with multiple game point chances. One break point saved, it's 1-3. First team to win 4 points wins a game, and the first team to win 4 games in this fifth and final set will win the match. Missed opportunity by Boscarino with the fault on the serve. Redlicki Rodriguez now lead 1 game to love. Good low placement on the volley by Rodriguez. Flawless poach by Boscarino to tie it back up. Redlicki did a nice job staying patient and waiting for the right volley to pull the trigger on. And Redlicki's forehand just clips the outside of the line. Couldn't be much closer than that. Boscarino elected to let the ball go, and I really can't blame him. Rocket of a forehand from Redlicki leaves Boscarino with no chance. Redlicki Rodriguez now lead 2-love and are 2 games away from winning this match. Rodriguez displaying some incredible overhead defense to extend the point, followed up with a deep lob by Redlicki to neutralize the opponents. I felt that was a must-win point for Boscarino Nunez. They need to do everything they can to win this game and avoid going into a 3-love deficit. I've seen comebacks from 3-love down before, but it would be a difficult task right now given how well their opponents are playing. Redlicki didn't put any spin on that lob, and it doesn't come down quick enough to stay in the court. Nice return by Rodriguez, forcing Nunez to play a tough low mid-court volley. So unfortunate for Boscarino, that last ball actually hits his body, and so unfortunately he loses the point. And there it is, Redlicki Rodriguez have taken a 3-love lead in the final set. Boscarino Nunez not going away just yet. Love 2. Boscarino tries to keep that volley to the outside. I think he had a safer, more makeable shot with a longer court if he went middle or cross court instead. Huge point coming up. Redlicki Rodriguez just need 2 points to win this match. High-level point from all 4 players. My favorite shot was the Nunez jumping backhand. Now we have a match point for Redlicki Rodriguez. Oh my goodness, Redlicki had a chance to win it there. You can see his frustration after that missed volley. 3-all, deciding point. Match point for Redlicki Rodriguez and game point for Boscarino Nunez. And Boscarino Nunez saved 2 match points to stay alive in this match. We'll be right back for what could be the final game of this epic 5-set battle. Boscarino to serve, down 1-3 in the final set. Incredible return by Redlicki forces Boscarino into a pop-up half volley that Rodriguez takes care of easily. Two love. Again, Redlicki Rodriguez are 2 points away from victory. Rodriguez takes a gamble and covers a lot of real estate to poach that volley, but it pays off. 4 match points now for Redlicki Rodriguez. The Boscarino forehand goes out, and that's the match. Redlicki Rodriguez have won in 5 sets. 4-3, 2-4, love 4, 4-3, and 4-1. It's been an outstanding level of play from all 4 players today in the SpecTennis Exhibition Series. If you'd like to learn more about SpecTennis or get equipment to start playing, head to SpecTennis.com. Thanks for joining us, and it's been an absolute pleasure bringing you SpecTennis coverage from South Florida today.